So hey there, this is Sandra Bear Davis, the Appalachian Medicine Woman. I was wanting to talk to you about something today that's kind of near and dear to my heart. Kitty cats. No, I'm not talking about kitty cats. I wanted to talk to you about something that's important to me. Something that has been in my consciousness for a whole long time. My daddy was a prepper, survivalist. I come from Cherokee people who had, of course, their lands taken away from them. Other side of the family is Irish, and of course we know the English invaded them. So I want to talk to you about just self-sufficiency, kind of the prepper mindset, taking the times we're living in right now real serious, not caving in though to despair, nor having a Pollyanna kind of attitude. I know I have a lot of friends who are in the New Age community, and they tend to have kind of a little Pollyanna-ish attitude about things and just think everything's going to be so hunky-dory. And then I have friends, of all different kind of faiths and walks and beliefs, and I must resonate with people who are really boots on the ground, your farmers and your gardeners. I'm a Appalachian medicine woman, and so I come from a real long line of women who have worked as healers. We're practitioners, healing practitioners, using natural medicine. We go off into the woods and we gather things for tea. We grow things in our gardens that we make into tea and into soup. We do laying on of hands healing. We make salves and balms and elixirs and tonics. Just know techniques of acupressure. There's a type of acupressure that passed down from the Cherokee Bear Clan. Finding pressure points, helping with pain management. You do things like, and not massage. I'm not a certified or licensed massage therapist, but acupressure and reflexology. Really intuitively guided with that. And so I come from a whole long line of that. People that just came from the backwoods, didn't have really access to doctors, modern medicine, that sort of thing. But you know what I think? SHTF, WROL, RAW, World Without Rule of Law. Shit hits the fan. Society crumbles. I really think that people like me are going to be really needed during that period of time. But I also think it'd be great for everyone to have some basic herbal healing kind of skills. While you have the internet, while you have the luxury of time to learn and to prepare yourself, I think it's a really great idea to learn about just simple kind of herbal treatments that you can do. I also think it would be a good idea to take note of where your local natural healing type, holistic type healing practitioners are. Because while right now we're not as much in demand, I am blessed to be able to manage to make a decent living at what I do. But we have to put out the word that we're here now. Later on, I believe people are going to be standing in line for our help and our aid. I hope the things that I see happening in society don't happen, because some of the future timeline that I see it's not gonna be easy. But if it's really needed to get this world balanced back out again, so be it. Whatever is the Creator's will in that regard, let it be, let it be. But just let those of us who have a mindset to prepare not one, tire out, not give up, not back down, not surrender, not give up hope, not lose our faith, not lose our desire to live through these days. We will persevere. We will live through these days. I see a time coming really, really soon where there's going to be, a world war again. We kind of thought, well, that could never happen again because they had used, the nuclear weapons, or were those atomic? Now we have nuclear, and we would hate to think of that happening again, but I do think the powers that be are not going to be happy until they just obliterate millions and millions and billions of people. And so it's a great time right now for each and every one of us to, if you've felt a need to move to a space of safety, don't put that off anymore. If you felt the need to begin to raise your own garden and learn how to do your own garden with heirloom seeds so that you can seed save year after year. It takes a few years to really get good at it, and you're still going to have crop failures, you're still going to have bad years, you're going to have years where the critters invade your food stores. You still have time to learn about wildcrafting, about how to gather wild herbs for medicines, and also all about wild edibles out there. You've got time, you've got some time, get you some books on it so that you have a literal physical library that you can use for references. Try to get to know some people that have a prepper mindset or a gardening mindset that do not like GM foods. Get to know people that are into more natural type medicine. Get to know people that are not sheep. Get to know people who are awake. And there are people of every faith, every background, every walk, every color of skin. And I really believe that as preppers, we all should get to know each other and work together harmoniously. Because Creator made all the different varieties out there. And it's a beautiful, beautiful thing. If somebody's awake, if somebody's prepping, if somebody is, just knows in their gut what's getting ready to happen, that's the friend for me. That's the person for me. While at the same time, someone who's balanced with kind of a knowing that in the end, it's gonna work out okay. Society has to shift somehow or other. It just can't keep going like it is. It just cannot. And so I guess I put that out here to say, if you are in the Pennsylvania, western Pennsylvania area, shit hits the fan, you need a natural healer, a natural health practitioner, seek me out and find me. I will be the one making moonshine when SHTF raw. Know how to do it. Don't do it right now because it's not legal. But I know how to do it. And I'll be using that in a lot of my... Hey, cat, don't be showing them the one-eyed monster there. I'm the one that will be making the herbal medicines and the tonics and the tinctures. And doing my very, very best to help people during those days, during those times. And I will hopefully have the wherewithal and the humility to teach other people to do it. And don't you know, I'll be bartering. I'm already bartering for healing and for classes and things like that, but you know, the electric company doesn't let me pay them in squashes. But I already do barter. I would rather somebody come to me if they want to or need to, even if they don't have money. Sometimes they have tea or herbs or plants or things from their garden or eggs or honey, that sort of thing. So I'm always happy to even barter these days. But come later on, you know we're going to have to barter to make it. So I always suggest to people, hey, if you don't have a skill to barter right now, you know, you've got time. Get yourself, if you want to get a book that you really like, that is about, you know, wildcrafting or natural medicine or some other kind of skill that people will be needing, homesteading or whatnot, get a whole library of those books and buy them at yard sales and thrift stores, and you know, and that could be a barter item for later on, because a lot of people are going to be foolish and they're not going to have a physical library built up. And what's going to happen is this information is going to shut down. They won't have access to the information anymore. Just love her. And you know, then they're going to be as shit out of luck. So pardon my French, but they are going to be shit out of luck. If the power grid goes down, that's part of what's going to happen. That's part of what's going to happen. And the internet, if the internet gets shut down for whatever reason, people are not going to have that easy stream of information. They're going to need physical, on-the-spot libraries. And so if you are wondering about a barter item, I think gathering up, you know, lifestyle skills kind of books, buy them. You could buy them cheap right now, dirt cheap, at yard sales, thrift stores, used bookstores, and have yourself a library that with the intention. I mean, get multiples even of the same book. I mean, if you could find books that are about first aid, that sort of thing, camping skills, Boy Scout kind of skills, living off in the woods kind of self-sufficient, or old homesteader books, herbal books, different things like that, you're going to have something of value later on. Even now, it'd be a cool thing to have. Just saying that makes me want to do it myself. I'm going to do it myself. Because one thing I love to read, and the other thing is I love information and learning, and I don't believe we're going to have access to the computer in a short period of time. It's so hard to kind of, kitty cat, it's so hard to kind of go into the depth of what I see, the potential of what I see, because it's just so much fire and destruction, and I am a naturally optimistic type person, but I think it's getting ready to go down, folks. It's getting ready to go down. The depression is getting ready to really hit, where it's actually acknowledged to be a depression. And we've got some just solar activity that's don't eat the onions. We've got some solar activity that's getting ready to happen around here, up in this world. And we've got war coming. So, intensify your preps. Get yourself some physical books. Figure out where your natural health practitioners reside right now. Get your water. You know, get you some good fresh water. Get at least 6 weeks worth of water on hand. And ways of purifying water later. Get you at least some bleach, you know. At least some socks and sand and rocks and things like that, so you could filter water down through. You're going to need it. You're going to want it. If the solar flares are rugged enough, you're going to have to be inside longer than you imagine. So let me turn this off. I'm almost up to 15 minutes. But anyway, have a really great day. I don't mean to scare anybody, but we do need to prepare, guys. Okay? Mwah.